Hi, I'm Andy Webb from BeCleverWithYourCash.com. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in this video, I want to share how you can set yourself a savings goal that you are going to achieve. So a lot of you, I'm sure, think, yeah, I'd like to save more. I wish I could do this. I wish I put more money aside. I know I should. But stuff just gets in the way, life gets in the way, and often you don't do it. Often that money, which could go into savings, you're spending elsewhere, just on day-to-day stuff, going out, buying things, whatever it might be. Money just sort of goes, doesn't it, yeah? But if you want to actually have that savings pot, save that fund, then you really need to sort of think about it a little bit differently. And the key to this is having a set savings goal. So rather than just saying, I'm going to save money, I'm going to have a savings pot, it really helps to know what you are saving for. So think about it. What is it? It could be more than one thing, of course. It doesn't have to be a single thing. You can have multiple different savings goals. But let's just focus on one right now. Let's say you're saving for a holiday. That's what you want to do, because obviously lots of people, they want to get away, can't always afford it, often rely on credit, makes it more expensive, gets them into trouble. Much better situation to have that money saved up over time, so when it comes to pay for it, you've got that money in the bank. So a holiday is a great one, but it can be all sorts of other things. But that's still quite vague. Now, if you really want to stick to it, really be motivated, drill down, get more specific, think about where you want to go. Have an idea, potentially even the actual hotel you want to go to, rather than just the country, the actual town, the actual place you want to stay, and know exactly how much that's going to cost. Because then you know, that's it. Your savings goal is, I want to save £1,000 for this holiday and this time, because that's how much it costs, that's where it is. Okay, fantastic. You know exactly what it is, what you want to do. And you also, when you know how much something is, you're going to know how much you need to save to get that much. So let's say it is a year's time, £1,000. That means you need to put away £83 every single month to reach that £1,000 goal. Now, obviously, don't have to be annual goals. It could be much shorter. It could be 6 months, 4 months. It could be longer. If you're saving for something like a wedding or a mortgage deposit for your first house, then it could be vast sums of money. It would take a lot longer for you to get there, or it would require you putting away a lot more money every month. But whatever it is, have that real specific idea of exactly how much you want to get and what you're going to use it for, as specific as you can. Some things, they're going to be a bit more arbitrary, though. Your first home, you're not going to know exactly which home it's going to be, are you? But you'll get a good sense of how much you're going to need for that deposit for the houses in your price range. Once you've got that in mind, what's really important next, once you've worked out how much you need to save for that goal, is to find out if you can. Because it's all very well saying, yeah, I need £1,000 for that holiday, so I'm going to put away £83 every single month. But what if you can't afford 83 quid every month? Okay, so how do you find that out? Well, then you need to basically do a very quick budget. I mean, it's useful to do this every couple of months anyway. Just keep an eye on your bank accounts, work out exactly how much money is coming in, how much money is going out, where it's going out. The essential stuff, you have to pay for that, obviously. That stuff, your bills, your food. If you've got a car, you need your petrol. If you've got a season ticket for getting to work on a train, whatever it might be, those things have to come out. Anything that's left over, that's your kind of essentially what we call discretionary spend. You can spend that on whatever you want. Now, I'm sure a lot of that tends to go on shopping, nights out, eating out, things like that, yeah? Well, if you really want this goal and you know what it is now, you know what you want to achieve, then you've got to weigh up what's more important. Is it more important that I put some money aside towards that ultimate goal, or actually is it more important that I do make sure I still have go out every week for a meal or whatever it might be, or go to the cinema, theatre, whatever these things you want to do. Weigh that up, but you're going to work out how much you've got for that by looking at discretionary spend and finding out how much you need for your savings goal, minus that from that total you've got left after all the bills. So you might find that you have 150 quid every month after bills, after all essentials, food, shopping, things like that. If you need £83 a month, well, that's more than half of that money is gone into your savings pot. So you've got to weigh up if that's too much or enough. Again, you might decide, no, that savings goal is my priority, therefore everything else takes a backseat while I save that amount of cash. Or if you haven't got enough money, then you've got to reevaluate that goal slightly, haven't you? So it could be that rather than doing it in 1 year, you're doing it in 2 years, and you're putting away just over 40 quid every month, but you've got that grand saved in 2 years' time. Or you change that goal. That dream destination that dream holiday might be £1,000, but maybe you can go somewhere else for 600 quid. Again, bringing down how much you need to save to still hit it within 12 months. It's all really important stuff that you have to do. Because if you don't do that, there's no point having a savings goal. If it's not realistic, if you're not going to achieve it, well, you're just going to get disheartened, aren't you? And you're going to end up stopping saving altogether because you're not getting there. And that often happens quite a bit. If you save too much money every month, if it's too ambitious for your budget, then there's a good chance that at some point you'll just go off the rails and just spend money because you've deprived yourself of too many things. So don't forget to budget for some of those treats. But obviously, you might be able to scale them down to help you achieve that goal. So now you've got your goal, you know what you're saving for, you know how much it costs, you know how much you can afford to save towards it, and in turn, you know when you'll achieve that goal. All of those things, fantastic. You can start saving right now. Brilliant, right? But don't be too rigid. Don't stick too much to that because your situation will change. Your life will change. Say you get a new job and you've got a higher salary. Well, that might mean that you can afford to put more away every month. You can achieve that goal sooner, or maybe you can go up and get something better for your money. You might also have something that goes wrong. Maybe the car fails its MOT and you've got some unexpected costs that come along. Well, that might take a big chunk out of your existing savings pot. I mean, you're having to start again. So don't feel that you failed if something like that happens and you have to sort of dip into it. Just change your goal, make it last longer, or like I said, maybe make it a slightly smaller thing that you want to be able to achieve. Likewise, if you hit your goal because you've got more money, well, then maybe set a new goal. Start again. Don't stop saving, because once you get into that habit, it's really, really, really important. And it's worth kind of a general review of your budget and your savings amount every couple of months as well, even if you don't have a big event coming along that changes things. Because it might be that, you know, you find that you're have a little bit more left over just from general day-to-day spending. You underestimated how much you could put away. Or it might be that you haven't accounted for all the costs and something's come along because you don't want to be putting money into savings, but then at the same time having to use credit cards or whatever it is elsewhere to meet your daily costs because there isn't enough left in your account because you've separated it across. So do keep reviewing it, do keep an eye on it, because that means that whatever that goal is, you can change it completely if you want to. You know, the things you don't want to no longer want to buy, that thing you wanted to buy, or something more important comes along, you can change what it's for. But go through that process again if you do want to change it, even a little bit or completely, just to make sure it's going to keep you on track. Now, this is one of the most important things, obviously, having that initial goal to make sure you do achieve that savings target. But you also need a little bit of motivation along the way. Now, one of the things I talked about there was not depriving yourself completely of the treats, not going completely cold turkey. Make sure you still allow yourself the ability to do the fun things, to stop yourself kind of maybe, you know, so as I say, going overboard and completely scrapping the whole thing and spending more than you normally would just because you feel like you've been deprived of all these activities or things you want to do. Another really, really important way to keep yourself motivated as you go along is to have some kind of sort of visual stimulant about what that goal is. Now, a holiday is a really easy one. You can get a photo of that destination, put it as a screensaver on your phone, or put a photo on the fridge, something you can see quite a lot. It's really useful to have it at places where you spend money. So again, your phone, next to your computer, in your wallet, something which, when you go to spend money on something which might be out of budget, something that might be going against achieving that savings goal, you've got that nice visual reminder. It's really, really handy to have that because it kind of keeps you on track rather than kind of that arbitrary sort of thinking, oh yeah, I've got to be doing saving for this, and it kind of disappears from your mind. So that's a really, really, really important part of keeping motivated to achieve that goal. In my next video though, I want to talk about how you can make putting money into your savings more of a habit, so you're going to keep doing it, perhaps even not even realise that it's happening in the background, to make sure you achieve that goal even quicker. I will put links to the things I've spoken about, any interesting articles, in the notes below this video, or just head over to becleverwithyourcash.com. Please do like, share, comment, let me know what your saving goals are, what you're saving for, any other tips and tricks that you've got, and do hit subscribe and that notification bell if you haven't already to make sure you get all future videos. Cheers.